athlete. My opening rant is me. You've listened to it for 25 years. Hopefully, many of you have. I'm over Russell Westbrook. I think he's kind of sad now. I think this is the way it ends for people that lack self-awareness. So Russell Westbrook held his exit interview yesterday for the Lakers. Now, remember, he's played more games this year than any other Laker, 73. He played more minutes than any other Laker. So he had the most opportunities to prove to us what he was. But yet, once again, at his exit interview yesterday, he blamed somebody else.
So when I first got here, I just felt that I never was given a fair chance just to be who I needed to be able to help this team.
LeBron and AD were very clear with that roster for us. We heard that a lot.
Yeah, but that wasn't true.
That's what I was going to say.
So let's be honest.
Do you ever feel like yourself this season on the court?
Very rarely. Not like, there were times and spurts, but I was just trying to find my way, honestly.
Played the most games and the most minutes, but, he was never given a chance to show who he was. The most games, the most minutes. As if the Lakers were rooting against him the whole time. Yeah, we brought him in. We're going to pay him $40 million. We hope he fails. It's always somebody else's fault. In basketball, there's players who get it immediately, LeBron James. Players who get it eventually, Carmelo Anthony. And players who never get it, Westbrook. KD has played with lots of stars. He's worked with all of them, except Westbrook. LeBron has played with lots of stars. He's worked with all of them, except Westbrook. But it's somebody else's fault. Full disclosure, I never got him. My favorite point guard ever is Magic Johnson. I loved Isaiah Thomas, John Stockton. You know how I feel about Chris Paul. He's been my favorite point guard the last decade in the NBA. I love me some Chris Paul. Westbrook, unlike those great point guards, never made anybody better. He can't shoot. He's got brutal hands. And most of all, he lacks self-awareness. And as I said years ago, and I said this about Cam Newton and Russell Westbrook, when your game has no clever, when it has no nuance, when it has no crafty, and it's simply built on a fire hose of athletic ability, you age quickly and you age poorly, and he has. But I feel bad for Westbrook now. I really do. I feel bad for him. Like I feel bad for certain Americans. Some people get it immediately, some people get it eventually, and some people never get it. There's people out there still think the election went to one side. It didn't. It's over. Move on. And January 6th was really bad. Most of us get it. Even the stubborn eventually got it. Westbrook earlier this year was asked about fans who were ripping him in the arena. Fans were being critical. They were screaming things like West Brick. Once again, no accountability. Here it was.
My family has reached a point to where it's really weighing on them. When it comes to basketball, I don't mind the criticism of missing and making shots, but the moment it becomes where my name is getting shamed, it becomes a issue. I can no longer allow people, for example, West Brick to me is now shaming, like it's shaming my name. It's my legacy for my kids.
We literally have nicknames for our presidents, and people can't for a guard. No accountability. That brick part is because you're the worst shooting guard in the league, and you've had your worst year ever, and you're lacking any self-awareness, and your game's never been clever or nuanced, and therefore you've aged quickly. I really do wish this is the last time I talked about Brooke, whatever you want to call him. I really wish it was the last time. I feel bad for him. I feel bad for people who don't use mirrors. They still work. They're in our bathrooms. You should stare at them occasionally. But I don't want to make fun of him. I don't want to poke him. I feel bad for him. I like people who are often stubborn to eventually go, wow, light came on. It never has for Russ. If I was the Lakers, I would move him as soon as I can. There's a lot of average players in the league. They're just not toxic. With Russ, that's simply what he's been reduced to. Toxic. All right, now let's talk about something that is more fun, rooting for the bad guy. So there are some harsh realities in life. Uncle Colin is going to deliver some harsh realities. Now, children, if you're watching, your parents will never tell you this. Your uncles won't tell you this. Grandpa won't tell you this. Your teacher won't tell you this. Uncle Colin is going to deliver some harsh news today for all you kids. Hard work doesn't always pay off. Now, if you're talented and you work hard, that always pays off. But some of you aren't that talented. You'll work really hard, and it still won't amount to much. Hard work has limitations. Sorry, it does. And the second thing is, being selfish can get you what you want. Not always, and nobody likes those people. But being selfless often gets you trampled in life. Sometimes, occasionally, being selfish is okay. Nobody's going to tell you that except Uncle Colin. And the Brooklyn Nets are everything that's bad with basketball. The Celtics are everything that's good. The Celtics draft their players. They're patient with their players. They develop their players. They play the same guys every night. They develop chemistry. They're coachable. They play great defense. They defend the three. They defend the interior. The Celtics are what basketball is all about. The Brooklyn Nets aren't. They had the most starting lineups. One of their stars refused to get vaxxed, so selfishly he wasn't available for home games. They never play together. They're bad defensively. Their bench stinks. There's really no chemistry. They never play together. And yet I'm rooting for them to win. I'm sorry, sometimes Uncle Colin roots for the bad guy. Listen, Hannibal Lecter, Darth Vader, the Joker, villains make movies more fun. I can't like everybody in the playoffs. Isn't there somebody I have to kind of root against? Brooklyn goes back to the opening of this rant. Sometimes selfish works, and sometimes talent is really the key, not just hard work. And Brooklyn's going to play the Boston Celtics, and this country is going to be rooting for the good guys here, and it's going to be Boston. And I am fascinated that Ben Simmons may be inserted for 8 minutes a half. He's been very difficult over the last year to a couple of different teams. And to add a layer to the villainous Brooklyn Nets, he may be the difference. I don't know what it is. Is there something in me? Do I root against the do-gooders of society? I don't know what it is. But as we head into the playoffs, I'm fascinated with the Nets. And they do everything that's not good for basketball long term. I can't wait to watch them. And I think they're going to win a lot of games. And I don't think we're going to know what to do with them. And they're going to be really, really hard to root for as a basketball organization. But I think they're going to surprise all of us. Sometimes talent, just talent, despite selfish, lack of chemistry, hard work, sometimes talent just wins. I think Brooklyn's going to. Play-in game tonight, by the way. I like the Clippers as well. I like the Nets and the Clippers to get in on play-in games. Cavs eventually, I think, get in. Who else? There's another play-in winner. I forget who. Brooklyn, the Clippers, Spurs. I think eventually they get in. Cavs are great. Now, Cavs are easy to root for. They draft and develop players. They work really hard. But there's something about this Nets team I can't take my eyes off when they're on television. At 4:30 in the afternoon, I usually go home here in L.A. and I work out. A little small gym, and I turn the TV on, and I watch Eastern teams because that's who's playing. And the Nets are on a lot, and I just can't take my eyes off them. Like KD's unbelievable. Kyrie's unbelievable. I don't know what I'm getting with Ben Simmons. Here we go, starting tonight. Can't wait. CarShield is a company I have used for years. No brainer as to why. They make it easy and affordable to protect my car from expensive repairs. And that's just for starters. CarShield offers protection plans for about $100 a month. And once you lock in your plan, whatever price you're paying never goes up. Doesn't matter how old your car is. Doesn't matter how much it breaks down. CarShield offers protections. Okay? When you need a repair, you choose the mechanic. CarShield's administrators do the rest. Plans also include coast-to-coast roadside assistance, rental car options, trip reimbursement, no extra cost. Nope. Get coverage today. Lock in your price now. Never, ever goes up. That's key. CarShield helps protect your wallet and mine from expensive car repairs. They'll do the same for you. 10%. Save right now. 10% deductible may apply. Go to carshield.com/herd. carshield.com/herd or call 800-391-8888.